Sergeant Oldham's report. Sergeant Oldham reported the following to me. I wish to bring to your attention a series of ongoing issues with Officer Shadrach King. These issues have been addressed multiple times already. For a detailed account of further incidents, please refer to Sergeant Villafaine's email. On the 17th of February 2020, Officer Shadrach King informed me about an 8 a.m. appointment he had. Consequently, at 3 a.m. on the same day, I permitted him to leave 3 hours early, assuming this would provide sufficient time to handle his personal affairs and get enough rest for his shift. Despite this, Officer Shadrach King mentioned being tired to both Sergeant Villafaine and Officer Silverio even after getting off early. Today he called in burnt out and needing more sleep. Unfortunately, Officer Shadrach King has a notable history of absences, impacting his evaluations negatively. Even with the allowances made for him, he consistently violates policy and fails to fulfill his work commitments. During his last shift, Officer Shadrach King repeatedly complained about the scheduling and the fact that 3 officers were rostered. I explained that the decision was grounded in the necessity for shift coverage and to ensure officers could avail their entitled time off. I emphasized that having additional officers would facilitate more efficient city patrols, especially when others were engaged elsewhere. Moreover, it would prove beneficial in cases of emergency calls requiring more hands on deck. Around the 3rd or 4th of February 2020, Officer Shadrach King called in sick, citing a headache as the reason for his inability to work. This incident forced Officer Taylor to cover for him, resulting in Taylor working for an extended period without a break. Currently, I'm attempting to verify the exact date with Officer Taylor, but have yet to succeed. Sergeant Villafaine's report. Sergeant Villafaine reported the following to me. On the 18th of February, 2020, at about 9:14 hours, I texted Officer Shadrach King concerning his shift, offering a reschedule to work from 3 p.m. to 3 a.m. At 11:10 hours, he replied, expressing his exhaustion, and mentioned having to stop several times on his drive home to avoid falling asleep at the wheel. He shared that, although not ill, he didn't feel capable of working that night. During a subsequent call at approximately 11:38 hours, while I was in a meeting with Chief Peterson, Officer Shadrach King confirmed his inability to work due to his need for sleep. Despite suggesting that the 12 hours before his scheduled shift at 6 p.m. would afford him enough rest time, he insisted that working would be unsafe given his current state. He admitted to having slept earlier in the day, but was unable to justify not resting before his shift. Shadrach remained adamant about not reporting to work, understanding the implications of an unexcused absence. He also criticized the work schedule, believing it posed safety issues for the officers. Resignation letter of Officer Shadrach King. Ironically, just a few days following his discipline, where he stated he was prepared to face any consequences, Officer Shadrach King submitted his resignation. Below is the content of his resignation letter, Verbanet copy code, shadrach.king@cityofmascot.com. Date, Tuesday, February 25th, 2020, 2:32 p.m. EST. Chief Pedersen, please accept this as my official resignation as police officer from the City of Mascot Police Department. This past year, I've learned more about myself and law enforcement than I could ever imagine in such a short period of time. It was a tough decision to make, but as you know, due to my family's expansion, there was no way I'd be able to support them and continue working for Mascot at the same time. As I begin my position with the town of Windermere, I want to say thank you for this opportunity to serve the citizens of Mascot. I want to wish this agency great success, and I hope it reaches the full potential I know it has. Thank you again for this unique experience, and it was truly an honor to work under you, sir. God bless and stay safe. His resignation comes at a time of personal growth and family expansion, marking the end of his tenure with the City of Mascot Police Department as he transitions to a new role in the town of Windermere.